Alright, I guess we're not going that way.
I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
I have a feeling it's probably not abandoned then. Black light burns. Okay. Yeah, that could be a potential good extra one there. I feel like the couple extra ones I have planned right now might also still take me to the end. Especially considering, like, for other extra things, I plan on playing, like, the final board of Mario Party DS, because that's Bowser's pinball machine. And doing some Waluigi pinball and, the Thingrabob, Super Mario Party Jamboree, and Mario Kart 8. I can do those both as well. I have that as, like, the middle fundraising goal is, like, yeah, let's just play, like, some Mario Kart 8 with the community, except the only map that I'll choose is Waluigi Pinball.
This is nothing like I remember.
Is the case here. And then in the older Final Fantasy games, Ryan the Chocobo shuts off random encounters and/or makes overworld enemies ignore the player. Oh. Not quite liking this. Oh, I can't jump that. I could totally jump over that in real life. Just hurt my legs on the landing, probably, considering the fall.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Visit us! Can't do it like he does.
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
Well, or not then. So, if I do this, and then something like this. Whoa. I'm trying to, like, learn some spicier combos. Trying to get them figured out. Whoa. I keep on forgetting I have this one, and I'm not just switching between Garuda and Phoenix Shift. I gotta remember here. I keep on mixing that up. Here, just big spins around with all these guys. Probably a good idea. Like, I don't know what I'm saving my specials here for. Like, just... Sure, do stuff like that. Zap Zap will kill that guy. Here, you want another orb on you? Oh, I can put multiple on one guy? Oh, I should start doing that with bosses. I never realized before. Oh. Enemies bested. At first I read that as enemies based. Alright. Okay, good to know. I'm learning more things about how this game works.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
Oh, he jumped out and landed just fine when I was talking about it earlier.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
All right.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I guess we're
I
friendos
imagine
now.
this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Aye. Wade.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy.
Kick ass and chew gum.
You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle
Die on
the
this
bridge
hill.
without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Is it just me, or does dialogue in
Thank
this
you,
game
Sir Wade.
seem slow?
Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
That's right. Was accepted black or white. Which is your favorite Pokemon version? Vote now on your phones. Party members, throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Okay. Party makeup has changed. So, my party is now... I guess I can save and have a look-see that way. Like this. Yeah, so it's us 4. Just making sure. White Zekrom is greater than Reshiram. Pretty based. White is Zekrom. Really?
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
Not black for Reshiram.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shield?
Like, white was the first version that I
Since they
played,
burned
but,
their first village.
yeah, I prefer
We tracked
Reshiram as
down
well.
the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got them.
Kuzma, no.
It's been a game of
Kuzma,
cat and mouse
yes.
ever since.
At first I started playing white, but then later I picked up a copy of black. Hop on my chocobo, it's probably not worth it here at this point. Why must you betray the ideals? And black version is the one that I think makes more story sense, because then like N is using the power of the dragon that helps him pursue his ideals, his ideal world. But then you
There they
show him the truth with the dragon of truth.
are. On your command, my lord.
So I think it makes more story sense than him having the dragon of truth when he's pursuing his ideals, and then you get the dragon of ideals, and then he realizes the truth. So, I mean, I think black version makes more story sense logically.
What is it now? I told you.
Am I late to the wizard
We
conference?
bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Wizard slash soldiers, I guess.
You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds,
I also probably shouldn't say like
a woman
something like wizard
and a
conference on
dog
its own, because that could be
could
very
guard
highly
aught against the might
miscontextualized.
of the Black Shields. Then come, die along with your flame.
We will now have a highly political argument in chat now. Political in the sense of it's Pokemon Black and White.
Revolution ends here.
Hey, target those guys, please.
Swords we
Also,
swear.
I should, yeah. Cast a whole bunch of that. Yeah, this is what's been started, because the mission name was Black and White. Now this is what we're gonna be talking about. Look, but these guys are, they're all about Pokemon Black version as well. They're Black Shields. Just look at them. They're something reminded of their awesome Reshiram and Zekrom battle music. It do be pretty good. I think I personally prefer the Dialga Palkia of, that's what? Yoink. Okay. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Sorry. I had to start saying my thought and then put it on pause because I was focusing on the game and then resume my thought like a second later. It's what I had to do. You know how it be. Whoa. Can I please, like... I don't even know what's going on here right now. Here, just dip out. Because, stop. Here, can I change targets to, here. I'm sure my allies have that handled. Don't worry about it. Stop. Okay. Maybe I should, like... Yeah! Oh, into this. Okay. And now you are covered in orbs. Two enemies approach. Oh. Well, that's slightly worrisome. Whoops, I should have used my high potion. That's what I should have done. Whoops. Okay, come on. Stop. You're so dang mean. Okay. Do a little bit of that. A little bit of this. Okay, and then, here. Okay. Get my different buttons here figured out. Just shoot you. And then I'll shift again. Okay. Okay. Something like that. I thought that you still had to use a bit of health on him, but I guess I was wrong. Is this gonna be a boss battle?
Noble stand.
Almost actually would have said Brilliant Diamond Shine Pearl.
And
Nope.
a misguided one.
PDSP best Pokemon games, Alter Harmonia.
You have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Okay, yeah, boss battle here. Well, mini boss battle. He doesn't have a health bar where my camera is. One of these. Evil Harmonious and BDSP are the best Pokemon games ever. Whoops. I am hitting a lot of buttons, but not the right ones. Okay, just like... Oh, I need an opening to do that, don't I? Whoa, I didn't realize you were charging on over at me. That's what I meant to do. Stop. Stop. I want to fill you with orbs. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Look at him. Look how goofy he looks now. All covered. Whoops. I meant to do my sword thing first. That's what I wanted to do. Stop. Okay. Okay. Then we do this. Night of the Lasting Dark. Yeah, it is sure a really badass name for some random mini-boss in the middle of the game here. Well, I was trying to perfect dodge that. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. Whoa, I did not time that, huh? Okay. Stop. Okay. This is fine. This is A-okay. And then pop those for lots of big damage. Is there more guys? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do I need to just finish him? And then I win? Do I need it? Oh, it was a double jump. I wasn't paying enough attention. I thought it was a single jump. Whoops. I accidentally switched once instead of twice. Dang it. I'm so bad at video games. I don't know what to tell you. Stop. Okay, I mean, like... Stop. Whoa! I need to get out of there. Hold on. Now is maybe an opening that I can put on more? Maybe? There we go. Stop. Let's do that, and then how about this? I really should pop, like, my meter under my health bar there more. Let's do it for fun, even though it doesn't really matter at this point. Because, yeah, that could have potentially been useful earlier. Well. Oh, well. When I may get staggered, like to go on Clive's mode thing and then use special, it increases damage output. What, just like it's a good DPS to get the multiplier? With the, other thingamabob first? Only used for BDSP has been modded into a better game. Yeah.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battle to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And quest complete. Black or white? Well, the screen looks pretty black right now. Definitely not biased at all. With you as the player being able to get the better dragon. Though it is pretty cool if N gets a cooler dragon, even if it doesn't make as much story sense.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Seal obtained. You accept the burnt blade from Wade. So I guess I get, like,
shall wear it
multiple
with
different
pride.
seals throughout the game.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Port Isolde, the Imperial Province of Rosaria. Very bootiful. Rustfield Manor. I guess we're just right in there. Glad we don't need to run up to it gameplay-wise.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
I love how in the middle of like super serious cutscenes, in the meanwhile hidden Twitch chat over the time was just like in a full serious discussion about waifus. Somehow we ended up getting to this. The Hideaway, Central Storm, Deadlands. Amongst the unfading remnants of ambitions long forgotten, do Clive and his companions forge a path to a better tomorrow. Well, let's go.